boys and girls. It's Laura the Teach. I want to pick up our next session talking about the H brothers again. The last time we talked about the H brothers, there was TH for Theodore, who says th. There was CH for Charlie, who says ch. There's SH for Sheldon, who says shh. And lastly, WH for Whitney, who says w, w. Whitney is going to be our focus today. So remember, when you're reading words that have one of the H brothers, your first inclination would be to break it up and say w, ha, w, ha. But remember, we don't want to say ha either. We want to clip that sound. W, ha. But when you're reading an H brother word, you don't want to split them up. The H brothers create a brand new sound, but WH is a different kind of one. Ironically, WH doesn't sound any different than just a W sound. W, w. That's why it's so confusing to many people when they're reading this H brother. Also, when writing WH, it's kind of just something you have to memorize the spelling of certain words because you really can't hear that H sound to know that it's an H brother that you're writing. So again, WH says w, w. Now, WH, the H brother's name is Whitney. And Whitney really wants to whistle, but he cannot whistle at all. So he walks around the house making a sound like this, w, 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 because he's trying to purse his lips w, to have a whistle sound come out, but a whistle does not come out of his mouth. So Whitney, his sound is w, w, w. Can you say that sound for me? W, w, w. WH for Whitney. We're going to go over some words today, and I'm going to show you how I would read them, and then we'll talk about what these words mean as well. So our first word is a color word. It's the color white. So you can see Whitney, WH, w, w. And now this E on the end is what we call a silent E. It says, psst, what's your name to the other vowel? And the vowel says, my name is, and whatever vowel it is, it says its own name. So this I is going to say its own name, I. And then the E is quiet. So we have white, white. And that is a color, of course. This word is whisper. You see Whitney, WH, w, short I, whisper. When you whisper, you talk really quietly. This next word looks like whisper in a way, but it's different. It says whisker, whisker, like a whisker on a kitten or a whisker on an animal. Or as you get older, you might grow whiskers on your face. So we have Whitney, WH, whisker, whisker. This is a question word. When. W. There's Whitney. Short E. When. When will something happen? It's a time kind of question. This next word is fun to say. Whoosh. There's an H brother at the end. Sheldon. Whoosh. Whoosh. It's a noise word. Like if you're going really fast down the hill, your sled might go whoosh when you got on the hill. This has another word inside of it, eat. This is what we call a vowel team, E and A. And again, like the silent E, when two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking, and it's long, and its partner's quiet. So E, we don't hear the A. So we hear Whitney, eat. Wheat. Wheat is a type of grain that's used to make breads and cereals. Which. Now there's another H brother, Charlie. Choo-choo Charlie. So we have Whitney, short I, Charlie's. Which. Now this is not the Wicked Witch of the West. This is, which one is it? It's a question word. Which ice cream cone would you like? Which pair of shoes are you going to wear today? Which. Here's another sound word. Short A says am. Am. Wham! It says a noise that happens when something hits something really hard. Our next word, look at, there's a vowel team. 2 vowels go walking. The first does the talking and the second's quiet. And the first one, when it talks, says its own name, E. So we have Whitney, eel. Wheel. Like the wheels on the bus go round and round. A wheel is something that helps something move. Whimper. Whimper. You might have heard your dog do that when the dog wants to have something. It might whimper, or a little baby might whimper and cry softly when they want their mom or dad. So we have Whitney, short I, whimper. Ip. We have WH, Whitney, short I, ip. Whip. Now, whip can be used in different ways. A whip is used sometimes for training animals, although it's not a good way because it might hurt them. But people have used whips in the past at the zoos and circuses. Or whip. You might whip something up for dinner, which means that you get something ready. Or you can have whipped topping, like Cool Whip, on your pumpkin pie. Whisk. You see Whitney, short I, sk. Whisk. Whisk. When you whisk something, you have a beater and you beat it really hard to make it light and frothy, kind of like eggs if you want to make an omelet. Weather. Now there's H brother Theodore in there. So we have Whitney, short E, weather. Now this is not the weather that we have outside. This kind of weather is whether or not you're going to choose to do something. It has to do with a decision that has to be made. And I'll. Look at silent E says, psst, what's your name? And the I says, my name is I. Then the E is quiet. So we have Whitney, I'll, while. This is a period of time. While you do this, I'm going to do this. Or I'll sit and wait for you while you finish that. So that's our WH words for today. Great job, boys and girls. You did an excellent job. Once again, the sound for WH is just simply B.